What manner of man are you that can summon up fire without flint or tinder?
I am an enchanter.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we are tackling Wizard. Yes, we are, for Flesh and Blood, and it's going to be Kano. Alright, so let's get straight into it. Instance. Paying 3, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a non-attack action card, you may banish it. If you do, you may play it this turn as though it was an instant. Alright, straight off the bat, he's 4 cards, 30 health. 30 health, interesting. Here we go. Am I missing something there? Like I said, a lot of the time, just looking at it for the first time, yeah, 40 health is 10 less health. Look at that. Interesting. All right. So 10 less health than other heroes. Wow. You would think that's a disadvantage. The fact that he can play cards as instants means that if he can do this a few times, he's got quite a few actions for not even spending an action. So this is going to be very interesting to see what cards are available to him. Young Kano sitting on 15 life instead of 20 with the same ability. Yeah. Crucible of Aether. Now, pay 1. The next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage instead deals that much arcane damage plus 1. Yeah, nice. This is not attacking for any damage. You're merely using it for its effect. And doesn't even have a defense. So, yeah, it's like a glass nothing. All right, Storm Striders being the wizard's equipment for the legs. It's in a legendary position. Instant, you pay 1, destroy Storm Striders. You may play your next wizard non-attack action card with this turn as though it was an instant. So we're starting to see a similarity here with abilities. I'm just going to remove this out of my way. Yeah, wants to just play his whole turn with instants, it seems. All right, let's see what else. Also has Arcane Barrier. Pretty good. You're the one doing the arcane damage. I would have, yeah, there's absolutely no defense on these. So we're going to start seeing what the weakness is for this character, being the life and being the defense. No doubt we'll start seeing some defensive stuff come up through the deck, you know, to alleviate that, maybe, or maybe it relies on generic cards. We'll have to see. Another piece of equipment will not block. Robe of Rapture. Destroy Robe of Rapture, gain 3. Wow, you can gain 3 after destroying it, then doing this to look at the top card of your deck. Non-attack action card, which I'm guessing most of your stuff's going to be, if not all. And you can play it as an instant. So what, right from this point, and it's also got Arcane Barrier. You can, if your hero will be dealt arcane damage, you may pay 1 instead. If you do, prevent 1 arcane damage from the source it dealt. And this one protects for 2. So, yeah, what was I saying? Straight off the bat, we're going to be looking to see whether these non-attack actions cost energy or cost resources, pretty much, because that's the way it's going. Yeah. Blazing Aether. Now, this is a Kano specialization costing 0, 3 defense. It's a wizard action, so a non-attack action. So as I was saying, we're looking for the 0 cost, and this is going to be one of them. Deal X arcane damage to target hero, where X is the amount of arcane damage you have dealt to that hero this turn. See, I like that. As an opponent, you don't know what's coming, and if Kano's doing arcane damage to you, you're most likely wanting to try and get rid of a lot of it because you don't know what's going to come. I'm hoping there's more cards with this similar effect for Kano. This is a very good card, just due to the fact that blocks for 3, 0 costs, and it's a nice surprise. They can't do anything against it. They can start spending cards for it, but that just gives you a better turn next turn as you draw back up and have your turn again. So yeah, no, I like it. I really do. I also like, I'm not sure if you've noticed this. Let's take a look. Look at this circular bit here for the pitch value. It's actually got a flaming background on it. Nice little tidbits. I wonder if the other cards have had that in the past. Not that I've noticed anyway. All right, we get into Sonic Boom. Ho, Sonic Boom! Guile from Street Fighter. I wonder if that was an influence at all. All right, so deal 3 arcane damage to target opposing hero. This also blocks for 3. It does cost 2, so we're starting to get into some of the cost cards. If Sonic Boom deals damage, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a wizard non-attack action card, you may banish it. Mind you, this is a wizard action, so it falls into the non-attack action cards. So if it's a non-attack action card, you may banish it. If you do, you may play it this turn as though it were an instant, and it costs X resource points less to play, where X is a damage dealt by Sonic Boom. Nice. So if you're able to deal that damage, imagine you got 2 through, let's just say, then you could potentially play something like this, deal arcane damage to a hero where X is the amount for another 2. Like, that's not such a big play. No doubt there's going to be some other cards that we're going to look at. Forked Lightning. Deal 2 arcane damage to target hero and deal 2 arcane damage to target hero. This is great. This, it could have said deal 4 arcane damage, but it's got it twice. Now, effects that modify damage modify both damage effects of Forked Lightning. Forked Lightning is considered a single source of damage. Oh, really? Very strange. Like, this is the first time I'm seeing this card. Okay, so I wonder why you just wouldn't put 4 damage. Effects that modify both damage effects of Forked Lightning. Effects that modify damage modify both damage effects of Forked Lightning. Forked Lightning is considered a single source of damage. I wonder why they put it as deal 2 and then deal 2. Unless we're talking about multiple heroes. Wouldn't that be interesting? Yeah. I think this is a card based for multiple play. We haven't actually looked at the different rule sets, such as Blitz. There's standard, and there's also like a gladiator type format where a few players can be in. And I've played one of those formats when I believe it was being tested out back in Auckland. Yeah, very interesting card. I like it. It's built for the multiplayer. It does cost 3. So something like the Robe could help you play it. It is a wizard action. The pitch value of 1 does hurt. 3 defense. But yeah. All right, yeah, very interesting card. All right, Lesson in Lava, another Kano specialization. Deal 3 arcane damage to target opposing hero. If Lesson in Lava deals damage, you may search your deck for a wizard card with 1 resource cost, or with resource cost, sorry, equal to or less than the damage dealt by Lesson in Lava. Reveal it, then shuffle your deck and put it at the top of your deck. Ah, nice. So it's going to deal between 0 and 3 damage. Whatever damage it deals, you can look for that cost card. Equal to or less than the damage dealt by Lesson in Lava if it deals damage. So you can't look for your 0 cost card with this because it's got to deal some form of damage. And once again, look at that background. Yeah, it's only on the Kano specialization cards, is it? Yeah, it just must be the specialization cards that it has it. All right, 3 defense, cost of 1. Yeah, it's not bad. Forcing the opponent to either take the damage not knowing what's coming up at a later turn. Your defense reactions, everything is useless against this stuff. You're waiting on your equipment to help you out, and you're throwing cards out which you could be using to stop this type of damage so that Kano doesn't come forward with something like a Blazing Aether after the fact. All right, Tame of Oath, Aether win. And once again, MVP goes to a book that blocks. I love it. 0 cost, choose 2. Nice, I like choice. Here we go. You may choose the same mode more than once, even better. The next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage and instead deals that much arcane damage +1 and draw a card. So you could effectively play this for 0 and draw 2 cards. I like it. It's very good. Now it is a wizard action. Hopefully you're playing it as an instant so you can just get cards in hand and keep playing. You know, could you imagine something like this combined with the book that draws 2, and if you're throwing it from your arsenal out into play, you also get life based on the amount of cards in hand. It would be a fantastic combo with Tome of Aetherwind. Yeah. For the life of me right now, being up since 5, you know, what's that, 7 hours, cannot for the life of me remember that tome's name. All right, let me find the tome just so in case anyone's listening, new player is looking over these videos going, what's he talking about? I'll just quickly get it up. It was a generic card and the name was, here it is. All right, Tome of Fiendel. You can play Tome of Fiendel and you've got this tome happening as well. That's going to be an awesome little combo. Yeah, get you back some life and yeah, no, I like it. All right, let's keep going on. Absorb the Aether. Now, I believe this is the first of the tricolor cards. Yep, red, yellow, blue. It is a defense reaction. Look at that. So that was wizard action. They've all been wizard actions so far. All right, defense reaction. The next card you play this turn with an effect that deals the next card, defense reaction. Next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage instead deals that much arcane damage +2. Wow, so this is opening up the fact that there's going to be defense reactions that deal arcane damage. That's really interesting. Yeah, I like it. The next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage. All right, so very much like the ninja cards, that the next combo card that you play, like defend with, will get a +2. This is doing exactly the same thing, but for anything that deals arcane damage. All right. And what are the differences other than the pitch value? Oh, it's defending for 4, 3, and 2. Okay. Aether Spindle, deal 4 arcane damage to target opposing hero. Opt X, where X is the amount of damage dealt by Aether Spindle. Look at the top X cards of your deck. You may put them on the top and or bottom in any order. So, and or being, you can break them up. You can look at the top 4 and then put whatever you want. This is good. Yeah. I like this card. Wizard action, just dealing 4 damage. You're paying 2. You can play it as an instant if you've got some abilities going. I'd like to see more cards that are playing stuff as instants to really pump this type of stuff along. Yeah, good overall. Doing 3, doing 2 damage. Stir the Aether Winds. The next tricolor set of cards being rares. You may play your next wizard non-attack action card as though it were an instant, and if it has the effect that deals arcane damage, instead that effect deals that much arcane damage +3. Fantastic card. Cost of 2, defends for 2. This one is doing +2 and +1. That's a great card. I'd like to have 3 red in the deck. Energy resources are going to be the big thing for Wizard, trying to get a lot of this stuff off and pay for it. You can start seeing that they're going to start hitting you with spell as instants where possible. It's just the cost is what's going to be the limiting factor with everything, as it should be. But when you're playing with 4 cards in hand, hopefully you're playing with 5 to 7 cards in hand if you've got your tomes running for you. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. Ather Flair. Now this is starting to get into the common slots. Deal 3 arcane damage to target opposing hero. Now that's for 1. The next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage instead deals that amount of arcane damage +X. where X is damage dealt by Ather Flame. All right. So people want to be protecting against this. It just seems like an onslaught of attacks, doesn't it? Like, it just relentless. You just don't know what's coming and what to defend against. I really don't know how I would play against Wizard. I'd probably die pretty quick the first time playing against them, actually. This card defends for 3. Similar ability through here. Paying 2 for 2. You're paying 1 for 3. It's not a bad trade-off. All right, let's see. Index. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Put 1 card from among them on the top of your deck and the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Look, it's great to be going through the deck and seeing what's there. Is this a staple for the deck? Looking at 5 cards, 4 cards, 3 cards. As a blue, I think it is, just for the resource ability. It's a 0 cost, defending for 2, 3 resources, fantastic. Still allows you to look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Now, what are we playing at? 50 cards. You got 4 cards in hand, bringing that down to 46, plus anything else that you've played throughout the turn. So the percentage-wise of looking at the top 3 cards of the deck are going to be good enough. I think you'd be playing the blue. You can play yellow. I don't see the real need for red. 5 cards is amazing. I think blue, just on tactics, would be the way to go with this one. All the Kano players out there, please start commenting and let me know in this video. I'll always go back to take a look at the comments if there are any left. All right, Reverberate. Deal 3 damage to the target opposing hero. If it deals damage, you may banish a wizard non-attack action card from your hand with 1 cost less than or equal to the damage dealt by Reverberate. I've got to just learn to read the sentence, yeah, not second guess myself. So if it deals 2 damage, you can play a 1 cost card, is pretty much what it's saying. If you do, you may play it this turn as though it were an instant. Yeah, nice. Does it go down 2 and 1? So you're finding that blue for 1 cost for 1 with the chance, it's really not a viable card. Reverberate, I think it's just put in there to make up the colors. Yeah, prove me wrong on that one. Red's the way to go with it. Even yellow is really struggling. Overall, I'd look to see if there are other cards that can play. Look, this is given the ability to play something as an instant, which is what the deck is all about. So even for that ability, maybe really struggle with the blue on this one. It would be good if you've got cards out of people's hands that you can play this one, get the free cheeky damage in, and then follow up with your next card. All right, Scalding Rain. All right, we're getting towards the end of the cards. There's only, what, 2 more cards after this one left. Deal 4 Carnate, 4 arcane damage to target hero. I like it. Cost of 1, defense for 3. It's a wizard action, not an attack action. It's brutal. I like it. 3 and 2 damage. You could play the range of colors in this deck just due to the fact that it is just pure damage. Wizard action. If you're using it for damage or using it for resources, I think you can go all gamut of colors with this card alone. All right, Zip. Deal 3 arcane damage to target hero. Wow. Did I just say that for Scalding Rain? Wow. No, Zap. Zap is the card. 0 cost. You know I love them. 3 defense. Can't beat it. For 0 cost and dealing the 3 arcane damage. It's a hero action, so you can probably play it as an instant. Yeah, over Scalding Rain, definitely. Just due to the utility of it, that it doesn't cost you an extra card or, yeah, any extra resource. I love it. This is great. I'm going to see if I've got these in foil, actually. It's definitely a card I would play with him. Baltic Bolts. Deal 5 arcane damage to target hero for 5. So that's deal 4 for 1, that you're paying 2 to get 5, 4 and 3. The great thing about Baltic Bolts is that you're hitting for 5. It's taking a fair bit to defend against 5 arcane damage. With all their equipment, they still need to use resources to lower this damage, and it is a big hit, especially with the threat of Kano's speciality coming in with blazing aether, however you want to say it. So there's certain symmetry with the various cards in this deck that, you know, it's a 2 cost, but it is big damage. And I think there are times where this is worth it. I definitely think this card has a place in the opening starting of a deck. All right. I'm not usually big on wizards in any type of game or format. This was very interesting, a real eye-opener the first time looking at this. And I think very viable option to play, very interesting as well, trying to get all your instants off and seeing how you can make the deck. It's going to be real interesting on the next video to see the generic cards and how they fit in with all the heroes for this set. All right, guys. So yeah, on this video, I did not even really get to put in my little writing, so I'm just going to throw that in right now. Pretty much, if you like what you see or are interested in supporting us, you can always go to our site, and if there's anything that we have good prices. You can buy from it. Otherwise, enjoy the video and the hobby itself. Thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.
I'm a wizard, mind you.